What's up, guys? What's going on, guys? You got your boy, the VideoGameVotary here with a special edition of the Legend of Nintendo podcast. Most of us was probably watching. We're all game fans, so we're all paying attention to the Game Awards. Excuse me, I adjust my camera. Game room's a little bit messy, a little bit switched around, but we're just going to go through some of the winners, categories, stuff like that, and just check it out. I know it's been a while, so what's going on, everybody? Let me know down in the comment section, were you watching the Game Awards, and what were your thoughts? So, like I said, we're just going to go through the categories, name the nominees, and who won. So at first, it was they had a pre-show that was like a half an hour or so that took place. They did announce some winners on the pre-show as well. If you didn't catch that, but the first category that was up was Best Esports Event. They had the nominees for that category was Valorant Champions 2023, the International DOTA 2 Championships, EVO 2023, Blast TV Paris Major 2023, I'm sorry, and the 2023 League of Legends World Championship. And the winner for that was 2023 League of Legends World Championship. All right. Up next was Best Esports Coach. So the nominees for that category was, hang on, pulling up on my computer, make sure I'm straight. It's kind of reacting a little late. If you're listening to the podcast on your podcast platform, make sure you hit me up at VideoGameVotary on all social and gaming platforms. Let me know your reaction to the winners of the Game Awards. Were you guys disappointed? Did you agree? Things in that nature. All right, so next category was Best Esports Coach. So there was Yoon Hami Sung Young for JD Gaming League of Legends. Then there was Remy, I think it's Cornham for Team Vitality Counter-Strike for the game Counter-Strike. Jordan Gumba Graham for Florida Mayhem for Overwatch. Danny Zonic Zorenzen for Team Falcons for Counter-Strike. And Christine Potter Chi for Team Evil Geniuses for Valorant. And the winner for that category was Christine Potter Chi for Evil Geniuses for Valorant. Still adjusting my screen here. What's up, Mr. J Hood 2008? How you feeling, man? Just reacting to this the Game Awards. Going through the categories, man. How you been, man? Thanks for jumping in the live chat. Next category was Best Esports Team. We had Team Vitality for Counter-Strike, JD Gaming for League of Legends, Gaming Gladiators for Dota 2, Fnatic for Valorant, and Evil Geniuses for Valorant. And the winner for that was JD Gaming for League of Legends. This is Jesse. That's funny. What's up with you, man? Y'all to Jesse, man. How you been, dog? Big homie. Next category was Best Esports Athlete. Well, first we had Philip Imperial Dozen. He plays at Apex Legends. We had Park Ruler J Huck for League of Legends. We had Paco Hydra Ruziwees for Call of Duty. Max Demon 1 for Valorant. And Zawu for CSGO. And Faker for League of Legends. And the winner was Faker for League of Legends. Next, we had Best Esports Game. And in that category, this is very interesting. So, some of the categories I didn't pay too much attention to because it didn't really, spark my interest, but it was interesting. So the games that was in this category were Valorant, PUBG Mobile, League of Legends, Dota 2, and Counter-Strike 2. And I think that's interesting that PUBG Mobile, a mobile game, was in there. So that just goes to show where mobile gaming is headed in that direction, and how popular it is and how much development studios are investing in that. And the winner was Valorant. And Valorant definitely took off, pretty much out the gate. A little shocked that like Call of Duty wasn't in there. I'm sure that's esports or Tom Clancy. Strange, but whatever. All right, so we got Content Creator of the Year. So this is an interesting category. I should have been nominated, but they bugging. But whatever the case may be, we had Cypher PK, Spring, Quackity, People Make Games, and Iron Mouse. And the winner was Iron Mouse. Shout out to Iron Mouse, content creator. I'm not really sure who that is. Maybe something I'll check out. Somebody I'll check out. Next was most anticipated game, and these games in this category were Tekken 8, Star Wars Outlaws, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Hades 2, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. And the winner from Square Enix, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Shout out to Square Enix. Best adaptation, and this was a category where they were rating the best adaptation of a game that was turned into a TV show. I believe it's all TV shows. I don't think it's movies on here. No, it's movies on here too. So it's movies and TV. All right. So in this category was Twisted Metal, the Super Mario Brothers movie, because I was rooting for that. The Last of Us, Gran Turismo, and Castlevania Nocturne. And the winner was The Last of Us. I haven't got a chance to check that out yet, but I've heard nothing but great things about that show. So shout out to them, PlayStation and HBO Studios. Next, we had Best Multiplayer. So in this category, it was Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which, well, yeah, I guess it could be on there. I just didn't expect it to be there. Street Fighter 6, Party Animals, Diablo 4, and Baldur's Gate 3. And the winner was Baldur's Gate 3. And if you weren't paying attention, without any spoilers, you're going to be hearing Baldur's Gate 3 quite a bit. They took home some awards tonight. Up next, Best Sports Racing Game. So up in there, we had The Crew, Motorfest, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, Forza Motorsports F1 23, which is Formula 1 23, EA Sports FC 24, which is, I believe it's the new FIFA. I believe they lost the name license behind that. But the winner for that was Forza Motorsports. A little shocking. But it's crazy, kind of funny that they put sports and racing in the same category. That's beyond me. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Needless to say, I'm kind of shocked like Madden and 2K wasn't in that category. A little strange. But anyway, next category was for best sim and strategy game. It says best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation of strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. So in this category, we had Pikmin 4, got some Nintendo in here, Fire Emblem Engage, Company of Heroes 3, Cities, Skyline 2, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, and the winner went to Pikmin 4. So shout out to Nintendo for that. The dub, it's always good to see. Best Family. So this was for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. So basically what I'm getting from that is it didn't matter what genre or platform it was on. So in this category, this is pretty good category. We had Disney Illusion Island, which I haven't had a chance to check out yet, and it's definitely on my list. Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, which I heard great things about as well, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which is currently my favorite game of all time, and they took home the win for best family game, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. So definitely big shout out to Nintendo. Best fighting game, self-explanatory, don't need to explain that. We have God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6, and Street Fighter 6 took home the win for that. So shout out to Capcom. Next, we have Best RPG, and this is a pretty stacked category here. We have Starfield, Sea of Stars, Lies of P, Final Fantasy 16, and Baldur's Gate 3, and the winner was Baldur's Gate 3. Up next, we had Best Action Adventure Game. We had Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And for the win, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for Best Action Adventure Game. So shout out to Nintendo once again for that win. Next category was Best Action Game. We had Armored Core 4, Fires of Rubicon. Oh, Armored Core 6. I'm sorry. Jesus. I'm tired, guys. Forgive me. Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2, and Armored Core 6 took home that win. Next, we had Best VR AR. So in this category, we had Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and is that Synapse? I think it's called Synapse. Let me know in the comments section or hit me up on social media if that's what it's called. But the winner was Resident Evil Village VR mode, which is an excellent game. If you don't have PlayStation VR, definitely pick that up because Resident Evil is definitely crazy on the VR. All right. Up next was Best Mobile Game. So this is an interesting category. We had, and it seems like they've been recognizing mobile games. So, shout out to that. That's cool. So we're all in the same community. We had Terra Nil, which is it looks like a Netflix game. Monster Hunter Now, Honkai Star Rail, Hello Kitty, Island Adventure, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and Honkai Star Rail took home the win for that category. Up next was Best Debut Indie Game. We had Viewfinder, Venba, Pizza Tower, Dredge, and Cocoon. And the winner was Cocoon, which was developed by Geometric Interactive, Annapurna Interactive. One second, guys. Next category was Best Independent Game. And in that category, we got some of the same games in this one. Viewfinder, Sea of Stars, Dredge, Dave the Diver, and Cocoon. And the winner of this one was Sea of Stars. Best Community Support. In this category, so this is based around recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusiveness of social media activity, and game updates and patches. So in that category, we had No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 14? Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, Destiny 2, Cyberpunk 2077, and Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 took that home. And I was a little bit taken back by that one. I kind of thought that Cyberpunk 2077 would take that over because I feel like them kind of being resilient and, kind of where the game started at versus, where it ended up in the patches and how they corrected it and changed the trajectory of the success of the game. But nevertheless, I guess, social media spoke up on that one. Best ongoing. This is awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. So in this category was Genshin Impact, Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, Cyberpunk 2077, and Apex Legends. And the winner was Cyberpunk 2077. Kind of shocking. Fortnite didn't win it. I know this not like the most popular amongst quote unquote hardcore gamers, but you got to give it to Fortnite and Epic. They're doing their thing with that game. Next category was Games for Impact. And this is based on for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. So we have Venba, Terra Nil, is it Tachia? Goodbye Volcano, Chance of Sinar, and A Space for the Unbound, and the winner was Tachia. Next category was innovation in accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. In this category was Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Forza Motorsport, and Diablo 4. And the winner was Forza Motorsports. Next, we have Best Performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. We have Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel Spider-Man 2, Neil Newborn for Baldur's Gate 3, Melanie Liebert for Alan Wake 2, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk 22, Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16. And the winner was Neil Newborn for Baldur's Gate 3. Next, we had Best Audio Design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. We had Resident Evil 4, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Dead Space, and Alan Wake 2. Hi-Fi Rush took home the win for that award. Best Score in Music for Outstanding Music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. We had The Legends of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, composed by the Nintendo Sound Team. Hi-Fi Rush, audio director Suchi Kobori. Final Fantasy 16, composer Masayoshi Soken. Baldur's Gate 3, composer. I'm not even going attempt to pronounce that. And we had the composer for Alan Wake 2, and the winner was Final Fantasy 16. Composer for that. Best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. We had The Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Lies of P, High Five Rush, and Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 took home that award. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in the game. Marvel Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16, Cyberpunk 2077, Baldur's Gate 3, and Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 took home that award as well. Best game direction, The Legends of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 took home that award as well. And finally, the big one, the major award, the most important one of the night, was Game of the Year. And in that category, we had The Legends of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Resident Evil 4, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Alan Wake 2. And Baldur's Gate 3 took home the President Award, prestigious award for Baldur's Gate 3. So some of my reactions, I think this was maybe like one of 2 or 3 times that I tuned in live to the Game Awards. So to be honest with you, I feel like Nintendo kind of gets overlooked. So I was hoping for the best, but I haven't played Alan Wake 2 or Baldur's Gate 3. I've heard great things about them, obviously. And one thing I can say that I can take away from the Game Awards is, thought-provoking, where to kind of, make me want to look into these games and things like that to kind of, spark my interest with these games. Definitely Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 is something that I want to pay attention to, seeing as they took on, a few awards and seems to be well received by the gaming community. So that's something that I'm going to pay attention to and look into. But at least Zelda and Super Mario Bros. Wonder did take home a couple awards, so that was good to see. But definitely, I believe the winners of the night for sure, obviously, was Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2. And let me know down in the comment section or social media if you're listening on the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Make sure you hit the follow button. Have you played these games, and do you agree with these winners? And that question is mostly directed to people who have played these games. And I would definitely like to know your opinion on some of these titles, especially ones I haven't played. Just kind of get your opinion, start the conversation, and give me some insight as to whether or not that game is deserving of the award. Should it won an award? Just your thoughts on it. And also, is this something that you feel like I should definitely try to pick up and attempt to play? So, but overall, I think it was cool. They definitely had some announcements on there. Nothing for me really stood out like that. And I feel like with the release of GTA 6 trailer the other day, that kind of took away the steam, took the sale out a lot of win for a lot of just the gaming community in general. Like it's all everybody's been talking to. So most viewed video in 24 hours beat out Mr. Beast that held that record before that. So, everybody was still boasting about that. I think people were expecting to see a little more, but the trend that's going now in the gaming community, a lot of developers and game studios, they are hosting their own event. Like Sony does their State of Play, and of course Nintendo does their Nintendo Direct. So they kind of hold big announcements and things of that nature for their own platform, which is nothing wrong with that. So I mean, and it makes me wonder like how E3 kind of didn't happen and probably is not coming back because of that. And do you think that with these companies kind of doing their own thing, do you see the Game Awards still being around? I kind of think it is because some of the smaller studios, they get an opportunity and a platform to showcase new games they got coming or DLC and things of that nature, where they kind of can get their word out, where they don't have as large a platform as, the big three, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony. But, I'm curious to know how that may affect the Game Awards moving forward. Because I believe at one point, it's pretty much all online for the most part. So I'm curious about that. So that was pretty cool. It definitely was a good experience. I guess it didn't turn out the way that I kind of wish, but at the same time, I kind of seen where it was going, and I had an idea. Like I just, I feel like Nintendo kind of gets underlooked when it comes to things like that. So not disappointed in anything. It is what it is. But it definitely is cool to have an award show to acknowledge gaming and things like that. And it seems to uh, now become an even bigger event. There's a lot of big actors and stuff like that. I think Matthew McConaughey, if I said that right, made an appearance because he's going to be doing voice acting for a character in the game. I can't recall the game. I'm sorry. I don't remember. I'm super tired. But I mean, it was cool to see that. And I forgot the guy. He was on Captain America. The guy that's on Twisted Metal. He seemed like he was acting a little weird. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he was stoned or drunk or whatever. But he was acting a little funny. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comment section if you're listening on your podcast platform. Hit me up on social media. Let me know what you thought about the Game Awards. Is it something that you feel like you want to pay attention to? You think it's biased? Because I've never been on the site, but from what I can see, anybody can vote for it. Now, I don't know how much of the voting they take from the actual, fans versus industry. It's a certain percentage, things of that nature, but you could cast up to 31 votes on here. I didn't know that because I definitely would have went on here and casted my votes and gave my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. You agree with the awards? Did you enjoy the show? What did you take away from it? What were some of the key points that stood out for you that interest you? So we're going to end this special edition of the Legend of Nintendo podcast. Please stay tuned. We're back with episodes weekly. Once again, I was on vacation, so I definitely wanted to go live and give you guys some content because I know it's been a little while. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit the follow and subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform, as well as right here on the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button there. Also, give me a follow on Twitch. We're gonna start streaming soon and getting that thing rolling. So it's your boy, the Video Game Voting Nintendo World Champion, signing off. Until next time, be safe, love on each other. Peace.